You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way. If I could kill it, I would. But I legally can't. But I've considered it.
Haha, very well said, Mark. You know what hasn't been boring these last 2 weeks? No, not the Amber and Johnny Depp court case, because that's kind of been dragging on for a little bit now, with Amber Heard somehow acting even worse than she does in her actual films, but the amazing content that the community have really come together and made. For example, this is way more entertaining. Look at this.
Okay, I searched on my Sims game in the gallery, and the first one that pops and right next to it.
To be honest, Amber Turd, that do be a big oof.
I don't know, he was looking at me, and I just saw in his eyes brown, because his eyes, they're brown, and I don't know, I just remember looking at this light and thinking, this stupid light.
Your Honor, hearsay.
Honestly, you know it's bad when somebody over on TikTok acts better than an actress. I'm actually amazed. I'd honestly give that an Oscar. That was a far superior actor than Mrs. Amber Turd. I feel like everybody's seen this over the past 2 weeks with Amber Heard just really blowing stuff out of proportion and really exaggerating the way she feels, which of course she's gonna do because she wants to win the case. But I feel like, is it not a little too much to the point where if people like me and you and everybody here on the internet can see through that, well, I could only imagine what the judge is thinking with a performance like that coming from Amber Heard. But then again, this literally is probably gonna have to be her performance of her life, especially with $50 million on the line. Best believe she's gonna be trying her best on this one, although somehow her best is actually worse than her slightly trying. Now I can honestly see how I only got the Aquaman job because of Johnny Depp. And I feel like that's pretty funny, and the fact that she tried to come out saying that Johnny made it really hard on her trying to get any of these jobs while she was going through this absolute disgusting and horrible time in her life. You know, the time where she was abusing Johnny must have been really hard on her. I can only imagine how much it must have hurt your hand while hitting someone in the face. But while saying all of this, it's just the complete opposite. I think they have worked out that roughly Johnny Depp has lost $50 million because of this whole thing, where, let's be honest, she probably wouldn't have even got that job offer. I don't know how much she made from Aquaman. I could just Google that up. So I've just looked it up, and Amber Heard made $5 million for the first Aquaman movie, and is reportedly making $10 million for the second movie. Now I'm a little bit unsure how the whole thing works. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments down below. Is it the fact that she's already done the contract and done the filming, she'll get paid regardless? But I know that Aquaman 2 has been delayed, and with the petition going on right now with people trying to get Amber Heard off the movie, which at the time of filming this is at a staggering 4,087,335 signatures. Holy shit. Funny while looking at it as well, because while you're on the website, it literally goes up every second. But does she still get paid for that, even if they do pull her off the movie? That's something I have no idea in myself. But it does look very suspicious, the fact that they've pushed back the movie now. I think they're looking to release it sometime later on this year. Could they be refilming all the shots? I know reportedly as well, apparently Jason Momoa, who plays Aquaman, there wasn't any chemistry between them both. He was very lucky to get the role in the first place. And a little bit of knowledge, I know Jason Momoa also followed Johnny Depp on Instagram the other day. Take with that information what you want. It might just be nothing, but it's not very good when your on-screen character who you're supposed to have a love relationship with doesn't even support you either. That's a big oof.
I mean, who isn't a fan of Johnny's? That's a given. You know, he's been a cultural icon and a talented actor since I can remember. I knew who he was. I wasn't familiar. You know, I wasn't a fan of his work. I wasn't familiar with him, but I knew who he was. You know, he's one of the most famous people in the world.
Amber Heard crying with no tears.
Gone back to L.A. What, if any, issues did you have with him on fraternizing with the cast? I'm going to ask, Michelle, can you pull up Defendant's Exhibit 188, please? Cast member.
The switch in her emotions just a few seconds later.
I feel like we're all in on a little joke here, you know, where we haven't told Amber Heard that this whole thing is being live streamed to about 20 million people. So she is literally just changing her expressions that quickly while being on camera. It's crazy to me that she doesn't realize that people are literally watching this, see you from going from fake crying to just frustrated. Like, we're not gonna see that somehow? And that we're all dumb?
To really understand who she is, not only as an actress, but also as a person. So I went back and analyzed video going back to her early career. So when she was on different television shows and she took interviews, I'm trying to watch, her different types of emoting. What does she look like when she's just in a normal conversation? Then I'm comparing it to now. Now she's in the spotlight. She's right here in court, and she's telling this story about her abusive relationship. So when I'm watching her body language, I'm looking to see if her words are sinking, whether her facial expression doesn't match. So overall, what I'm seeing with her is this animated, overarching, overly expressive expressions. The other thing that I'm noticing, where's the tears? So I see her crying and getting herself all histrionic, but where is the tears? The tears are not flowing. She has these very rapid movements. She's jumping up and down in her chair. She's moving around. And those would all be indicative of somebody that's feeling uncomfortable. But I've looked at a lot of video, and I'm going to speak to your other guests too. In all of my years as a trial consultant, and I've worked on a lot of high-profile cases and watched them, I have never seen this type of demeanor and theatrics ever in any case I have ever worked on. This is the worst performance of Amber Heard in her career.
Exactly. I think everything just said then was spot on, and honestly better than what even I could have said. But stuff like this just honestly becomes so dangerous, because now when you have cases in the future where there are actual real victims in this horrible crime, they might look back at cases like this and they might now be not having people believing them, which is horrible. I think it's no secret at this point what Amber's doing is extremely selfish, but in just so many ways that even I didn't quite realize until watching this and listening to what other people are saying. But that's really interesting as well, having a person to analyze her body movements and point out the facts that no, she isn't crying, but yet she's doing this flamboyant performance on the stage, just telling us what an awful time she had with Johnny Depp, while not a single tear is coming out of her eyes.
It's all about performance.
Amber, I don't regret.
Oh, what else? What else don't you do? Oh, come on. Come on. Lay it on me. What else? What else other thing do you want to add? You fucking lying piece of shit. What? Oh, no, I want to know. I want to know.
Get out your Ubers out.
I'm kind of waiting. You go get it.
Yeah, I'll be in.
Wait, is there no other place for you to run in your 15 other houses to go run? Come on, go be a real married man and go deal with your shit the way that a man does. Go run to the next house. Every man does.
Yeah.
Go. Run away. I know it's hard to look at yourself.
Fucking ridiculous plan.
It's hard.
Panicked fucking plan.
It's hard. It's hard.
Screwing everybody else over to get
You're
your
right.
fucking.
I tried.
Get
That's what I do.
You're the most spoiled fucking brat. And you got everybody out here almost full, but it don't last long.
You're right.
I've been
sorry.
here a lot longer
You're
than
right.
you.
You gotta figure it out.
You don't have. Figure out what you have to offer as opposed to going out and get your tits out.
You're right. That's what I do.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Lemon Fields is excellent.
You're right. You're
Excellent
right.
choice.
Back to that. Well, I wonder what we else. I wonder what else we can reach for in the last 6 years. Oh no, it was 4 years ago. You're right. I'm sure there's other things you can. Right.
Go laugh.
No, I'm not laughing.
Or, no, matter of fact,
I'm
laugh
not
here.
laughing. I'm not. It's serious. I'm sure you can find other things.
I know. And stripping. Well, there's always that. You can
You're
always
right.
go back
You can
to
write
that
a book.
for
You can
another-
write a
for
book.
another
I
10
know you
minutes.
can write a book. Oh, is this gonna be good for your book? Oh, should I have you sign an NDA for your book?
You don't even
Your
make-
book.
You're
Is
not
this
gonna-
gonna be good for your book?
You won't even
Is
make
this
it
gonna be
in
good
a
for your book?
I'll write what I
Hey,
want. I'll write
I have a
what
good
I want.
idea.
All right,
How about you sell more of your journals? You don't want to sell out or anything. Let's sell you journals. Oh, wait.
Hey.
It's honestly really weird to me, and I don't know if anyone else finds this, but a lot of these recordings are recordings from Amber Heard. Like, I understand Johnny recording this. Kinda has to, right? Lucky that he did. Otherwise, let's be honest, no one would have believed him. But isn't it strange that she's literally done all these recordings herself and is just openly putting this out there? I don't know who in their right mind would watch this and think, yeah, you know what? I'm with Amber Heard on this one. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Also, does that really sound like a woman that is in danger and upset? It almost sounds like she is trying to like chase him down, considering she said, why don't you just go run to one of your other 15 houses? 'Cause I'm pretty sure if someone was in a real domestic abuse, violence, marriage, then I don't think you would one be taunting them as much, laughing, joking, making fun of them. The only person here that sounds like they're being a victim is just Johnny Depp. I don't see this being twisted in any other way.
I lose my balance. At this point, we're sitting next to each other on the edge of the couch, or I was on the edge of the couch. I was just sitting there on this carpet, looking at the dirty carpet, wondering how I wound up on this carpet and why I never noticed that the carpet was so filthy before, and I just didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to react.
Anyone else been like this before? Very, very relatable. Like, just watching this, it makes no sense to me. With her stories being this muddled up and being confused, jumping from one thing to the next, just trying to cram in as many words as possible to really make it sound awful. And then you've just realized you created this sentence that just doesn't make any sense. I do love these TikToks though. Really, I do. Like the people just reenacting how something like that would go down and it making even less sense when you actually see it. It's amazing.
The dog chewed on one of her scarves. She called the dog, quote, a little terrorist. Where's the dog now? We don't know, as the dog was never seen again, which says quite a bit about Amber Heard in the eyes of many.
You little terrorist.
Easily one of the biggest things that Amber Heard has tried to convey is the fact that she is a non-violent person. Except if we take Johnny Depp out of the equation, that can be proven false rather easily. Not the least of which is because she was in a previous relationship with a woman named Tasia Van Ree, and it's been noted by many that she was abusive to Tasia in that relationship. So much so that a police officer came and arrested Heard for hitting her partner. Well, that is a crime, the overall isn't a lie, right? Well, except she claimed that the police officer was homophobic and despised her because she was dating a woman. A terrible thing if it was true. But guess what? The police officer was a lesbian. Amber Heard is bisexual and was even an advocate for the LGBTQ+ community. So that blew up right in Amber's face. If you're wondering why this previous action wasn't brought up in Johnny's case, it might be. But the reason it's not more famous is because she got 2 years of probation for it. There are even rumors that Heard had her legal team erase those previous domestic AB allegations. Let you think that her AB nature was only tied to her more personal relationships. Her former assistant in Kate James had many things to say about her former employee. Furthermore, she was Heard's assistant during the time of the relationship with Depp.
She felt that gave her the right to spit in my face. And there was a witness in the apartment at that time, by the way. The handyman, Hector Galindo, he was so mortified. He was so embarrassed to hear her speaking to me like that.
In the defamation case that is currently going on, she had plenty to say. Her mother was terrified of her. James recalled, her poor sister was treated like a dog that you kick. Heard, she said, would bombard her with text messages, sometimes beginning as early as 2 a.m.
There you go. And I find all of this so interesting in the fact that regardless of what she says in court, this being a public case, so it's being live streamed every time it happens, the internet really just comes together to really find out your backstory and your past. They seem to do an amazing job at that. And when times like this, I'm really grateful that they do, because the truth does come out. And of course, if it was the other way around, it would be extremely sad that people would be against Johnny. But the matter of the fact is, it's Amber Heard that's being the one here who's doing the lying, and he even did the assaulting. But anyway, there we have it, boys and girls. Some honestly really interesting TikToks that I found over this past week. I know a lot of you guys have been kind of interested in this case. Makes a little bit of a change as well from the content I normally do on my channel, and I find it pretty interesting, I can't lie. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button down below. Also consider subscribing, is muchly appreciated. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.